Hi children, let's continue with our chapter 6, changes around us. In the previous class, we learned about the difference between reversible and irreversible changes. We classified changes into reversible and irreversible changes. What are reversible changes? The changes in which the original form of the object is brought back, known as reversible change. Irreversible change, on the other hand, the original form of the object cannot be brought back. We saw a few examples for reversible and irreversible changes. Today's topic is how can we bring about changes. Before moving on to this topic, let's just classify a few changes given here as reversible and irreversible. I want to know how much you have understood, how much you are able to distinguish between reversible and irreversible changes. Let's try to classify a few changes into reversible and irreversible changes. Okay, so few changes are given here. The second column, you have to write whether it can be reversed or not, yes or no. Can be reversed, yes or no, we have to write. So first one is raw egg to boiled egg. Raw egg is the one that we buy from shops. When we put it in, then we put it in boiling water, then you get boiled egg. Boiled egg. Question is, will you be able to convert boiled egg back to raw egg? From boiled egg, can we go back to raw egg? Answer is no. It cannot be reversed. It cannot be reversed. It cannot be reversed. You will not be able to get raw egg back from boiled egg. Now, batter to idli. We make batter of idli and then we steam it to make cooked idli. Cooked idli. My question is, can we go back from the cooked idli to batter again? Can idli be converted to batter? No, idli cannot be converted to batter. So this is not reversible, it is an irreversible change. Next one, wet clothes to dry clothes. How do you make wet clothes dry? By spreading them in the sun. Can you convert the dry clothes to wet clothes again? Yes, just add water. It will become wet again. So it can be reversed. Grain to flour. Grains can be grinded in flour mills. You can give them to flour mills. They will grind it and you will get flour, rice flour, wheat flour, etc. Can you get the grains, rice or wheat back from the flour? No. Not reversible. Cold milk to hot milk. How do you convert cold milk to hot milk? Just heat it. Cold milk changes to hot milk. Can you make it cold again? Cool it, it changes to cold milk. So, this change can be reversed. A straight string to a coiled string. A straight string to a coiled string. Take a straight string, just coil it. Now it is coiled string. Can you get the straight string back from it? Just uncoil it. You will get the straight string. So this change can be reversed. This change can be reversed. Answer is yes. Bud to flower. A bud changing into a flower. What type of a change is that? That is a irreversible change. You will not get the bud back from the flower. Bud cannot be obtained back from the flower. So it cannot be reversed. Milk to paneer. Will you get milk back from paneer? No. Cow dung to biogas. Will you be able to get cow dung back from biogas which is used as a fuel? No. A stretched rubber band to its normal size. Take a rubber band, stretch it, apply force and stretch it to its maximum. Will you be able to go back to the original size? Yes, just withdraw the force. It comes back to its original size and shape. So this can be done. It can be reversed. Next is ice cream to molten ice cream. Ice creams are usually stored in the freezer. If you keep it out of the freezer, it undergoes melting. You get molten ice cream. Will you be able to get the original ice cream back? Just keep it in the, just store it in the freezer for some time. It changes to ice cream. So this change can be reversed. Okay. So whatever change you get, you think and understand whether it can be reversed or not. Then classify them as reversible and irreversible changes. Now we move on to our topic. How can we bring about changes? There are different ways in which changes can be brought about. Okay, let us consider a few examples. I hope you all have seen the tools which are used for digging the soil. The tools which are used for digging the soil. Figures of a few such tools are given in figure 6.6, page number 48. Page number 48, figure 6.6. You can see certain tools which are used for digging the soil. If you have a garden at home, you may have such tools in your home. Okay, so all these tools have an iron blade. All the tools have an iron blade which is attached to a wooden handle. So such tools have an iron blade which is attached to wooden handle. And the people who work with iron objects, they are known as blacksmiths. The people who work with iron objects are known as blacksmiths. So have you seen how these iron blades are fixed into the wooden handle? Have you seen how these iron blades are fixed to the wooden handle? No. So all these iron blades have a ring. All these iron blades, there is a small ring, that also you can see in this figure. All these iron blades have a ring into which the wooden handle is attached. The wooden handle is attached to the ring in the iron blade. But normally this ring will be smaller in size. This ring will be smaller in size than the wooden handle. The ring will be smaller in size than the wooden handle. So what is done is, the ring is heated to red hot. What do you mean by red hot? It is heated to a very high temperature so that it becomes red in color. Upon heating, it becomes red in color. Such a high temperature it is heated. That is why it is called red hot temperature. Very high temperature, because of the heat, the iron ring, the ring becomes red in color. So it is heated to red hot. Then what happens is, it becomes bigger in size. It becomes bigger in size. This is known as expansion. This is very important. So iron objects, upon heating to red hot, undergo expansion. They become bigger in size, slightly bigger in size. This is known as expansion. Now the ring is a little bigger in size, into which the wooden handle can be fixed. Into which the wooden handle can be fixed. Now sometimes the ring will be a little loose after fixing the wooden handle into the ring. Sometimes it may be a little loose. So what is done is, cold water is poured over it. Now it is very hot, cold water is poured over it. Then what happens? It becomes smaller in size, little smaller in size. That is called contraction. We call it as contraction. So upon heating, expansion, and upon cooling, contraction. Now the handle, the wooden handle, now it can be fixed to the wooden handle tightly. Now the ring can be fixed onto the wooden handle tightly. So this is how we fix the iron tool of iron blade of tools used for digging the soil. The iron blade of tools are attached to a wooden handle. Iron blade of tools are attached to a wooden handle, and in this iron tools there is a blade. In these tools there is a blade, iron blade is there, and in the blade there is a ring. Iron blade of all these tools has a ring in which the wooden handle is attached. The ring is normally smaller in size than the wooden handle. So what is done is, it is heated to red hot. It is heated to a very high temperature so that it becomes red in color. Then this ring undergoes expansion. It becomes bigger in size. Then the wooden handle is fixed into it. Then we fix the wooden handle into it. Then immediately we pour cold water over it. Immediately we put cold water, pour cold water over it so that it contracts, becomes smaller in size, and it is tightly fitted onto the wooden handle. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. It is an important question. How is the iron blade of tools fixed to the wooden handle. How do we fix the iron blade of tools to the wooden handle? The iron blade of tools has a ring in which the wooden handle is fixed. Normally it is smaller in size than the wooden handle. So it is heated to red hot, very high temperature. Then it undergoes expansion, or it becomes bigger in size. Then the wooden handle is fixed into it. Then cold water is poured over it. Then it undergoes contraction, or it becomes smaller in size. Then it fits tightly onto the wooden handle. So changes are brought about. Size becomes bigger, again then size becomes smaller. How is this change? How these changes are brought about here? By heating and cooling. So these are the two ways in which changes can be brought about. These are two ways by which changes can be brought about: heating and cooling. So heating and cooling are two ways in which, there are more, but heating and cooling are two ways in which changes can be brought about. Now next example is how to fix the metal rim on wooden wheels of cart. You might have seen carts. All the carts have a wooden wheel. There will be a metal rim. That figure you can see, figure 6.7 in page number 49. Figure 6.7 in page number 49. There is a metal rim on the wooden wheel. There is a metal rim on wooden wheel. Now we will see how it is fixed. Again, the metal rim will be smaller in size. The metal rim will be smaller in size than the wooden wheel. The metal rim will be smaller in size than the wooden wheel. How can you make it bigger? By heating to red hot. It can be heated to red hot. Then what happens? It undergoes expansion. Then it undergoes expansion. It becomes bigger in size. Then the wooden handle can be fitted onto the wooden wheel. Then pour cold water. Then what happens? It becomes smaller in size. What do you call it? Contraction. That is called contraction. Then it can be fixed to the wooden wheel. It can be fixed tightly to the wooden wheel. I hope it is clear to you. Same way, both the iron blade and metal rim are fixed in the same way. Metal rim is slightly smaller in size than the wooden wheel. So it is heated to red hot. When it undergoes expansion, it becomes a little bigger in size. Then it can be easily fitted onto the wooden wheel. Then immediately you pour cold water over it. Then its size reduces. It becomes smaller in size, or contraction. It undergoes contraction. Then it fixed tightly onto the wooden wheel. Here again, here heating and cooling are done. First we do heating, then cooling. So here the changes are brought about by heating and cooling. So heating and cooling are two ways in which changes are brought about. There is one more way in which changes are brought about, that we will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you children.